Hey guys, Jeffrey's here and welcome to... That's right guys, we are back, we are here in the North City. Welcome back to another episode of Cities in Motion 2. And this is a rather different looking Gloucester Gardens. I'm sure the eagle-eyed viewers will have already noticed the changes that have happened since the last episode. And it's not to do with the trolley line actually. The trolley line might have sort of made the problem come to light a little bit quicker than it otherwise would have. But the problem already existed. And it's a bad problem, and it's one that I've been trying to fix, and it's basically to do with trams moving across other trams, and it's caused huge build-up. So junctions like this one here I'd already rectified, and I've built this new exit system here, but we've now got a couple more flyovers and underpasses to sort of make up for trams passing over one another. So now no longer is there two tracks here, there's now three. Each track, let's just reset that line because that vehicle's completely broken down. Each outside track goes into a different destination, and then the centre track is the depot return road. And the idea here is just to keep the trams separated for that little bit longer, because there was quite a few queues building up where trams were crossing over into the depot road or the departure road. So now we have this new flyover, which first of all it came round this way, and that was to deposit trams on the main exit road. But also now there's been an extension to it which loops over here, and there's a little branch which goes off into this route, which is route 7. But the majority of the trams head down here to this other little grade separated junction. So in this case, if they're heading to the west, they head up and over and onto this section. So route 1, 2, 4 and 12 all use this flyover. And if they're returning back, they use this little underpass, and that's if they're returning back from, I believe it's this one here, which is routes 3 and 5. This is route 6, and although there is a connection here, I don't think it's... route 15 uses it, that's right. I've also upgraded the trams on route 6, so they're now the Scandi Tram Nuovos, just for capacity reasons. I noticed there was a lot of people using route 6, especially when the other routes were being reset all the time. So overall we've got quite a popular tram system still, and the money is indeed rolling in. And because we've got quite a lot of money now, one of the first things I want to talk to you about in this episode is Saturday's episode. And I've already said this a couple of times, how Saturday episodes will be live streams, and not live streams, I'm talking about time lapses, and Wednesdays will be the prep episodes. Well, this Wednesday is no different. And the prep we're going to be going towards is for the first metro line of the city, and I kind of have an idea as to where I want it to go. There will be a station at Gloucester Gardens, which is why getting all these trams moving is a crucial thing. There will also be a new city auto line being built, which finally will utilise this little section here, although it will be rebuilt slightly. Might even be built over on this side instead, just to make that work a little bit better. But that will be built, that will be done in Saturday's episode as well. So a metro and a new city auto line. I'm not going to reveal too much about the metro line just yet. I kind of want it to be not so much a surprise, but it's still a bit of a work in progress. So I don't want to reveal too much about it now, if then on Saturday everything changes. But I just want to talk to you guys about how I've rerouted these trams a little bit. And there are still a couple of queues. The one that really bugs me right now is this right turn here, because the tram slows down so much to make that turn, to the point where it almost feels like I should rebuild it, but I actually don't know where to rebuild it, which is just as irritating as it sounds. I can't go this way because there's this little underpass here in the way. The only other option I would have had was to go out this way, but then you've got the trams crossing over one another here. So at the moment, where it is the only option I had. I can't even build off here instead because Route 1 is one of the routes that uses this right turn. But you can see how slow it goes and how the tram here now has to wait for it to clear. In fact, this is Route 10, which I believe goes straight ahead, yeah. But if there's another tram that then turns right, it just becomes a real backlog of trams, and it becomes very, very irritating. But I have to admit, these overpasses, they looked really messy when I first built them. But now they're in full operation and I see trams using them. They work really, really well. These overpasses and underpasses here especially. Again, the slopes, I don't actually mind these steep slopes because I've been to places now where I've seen that these steep slopes are actually genuine. There are places in the world where a tram or a light rail system will use a really steep slope. Like literally it will go from no gradient to like, I don't know, 1 in 5 in the blink of an eye. And it's cool. It works. These trams obviously have the traction effort to be able to go up these slopes if they were real. So why not use them? The only issue I have, as I already said, is this little right turn here. And there is another area where I have an issue, and that's what partly this episode is going to help me fix. And that is this junction here. And you might sort of see why I'm annoyed with it. And it's to do with this little bit here. Now I like the idea of the tram line splitting so that there's no real queue. The only thing I'm not too keen on at the moment is this one crossing over. So why have they both got the same name? That one and that one have the same name. I'd like to change that if possible. But yeah, I'd like to make this a little bit longer, and I'd also like to try and avoid this one crossing over this one. So the way I want to do that is to actually turn this road here, Anchor Lane, into either a bridge or a tunnel that actually passes over this road. So I think, in this case, I think a bridge, because it's coming off the water anyway. One thing I will do though is, not that one, this one. This one here. I want to build a link from, let's say here, that goes round and just links up there like that. That could be for future expansion, and it also means I'm deleting a shorter section of road here. Now I can build through here. I want to go 1, 2, up and over. I want to give myself enough space for rebuilding purposes, and then 1, 2 down, and connect up. So that's now, yeah, I like that. Something else I want to do is build some one-way streets. So in this case, one here that's going to go from here round and connect up like that. This street here is going to turn into a one-way like that, and then we're going to do something similar on this side, so one there like that, and then this one is going to turn into like that. Now I can delete these and turn this into let's go for an avenue, this type of avenue. So I want to build it like that and then like that. This makes life just that little bit easier for me, because now I can go, this is the tram. In fact, does that make it? Yeah, I suppose it does. We'll do it like that. Although this one I want to change to that. And then that goes across like that. This one becomes like this. And then this one goes like that. And then this side of it is the trolley line. And that should work itself out quite nicely. Right. The only thing, as I said, I wanted to change was the way in which these tram lines crossed over. But I think now we've got more space on this section here, it's not such a big problem anymore. There's still a bit of a tram queue that's going to go along here, but it is just this one little crossover. So I think ultimately it's not as bad as it could have been. And now that we have this sort of staggered junction as well, I think actually it almost works itself out. We got this little bit here, which is cool. I like the way this works. So there is only one crossover now, and that goes to there and then slinks in again. These tram stops here work out fine. This is actually stopped at the stop, or is it stopped completely? The door's open. Yeah, I might have ruined that slightly. Let me just reset that route, just to make sure that it's not broken. So that's route 15, so I think it turns this way, doesn't it? Not, yes. There's only route 9 and 11 go this way, and 10 and 15 go this way. So we have a real variance on where our routes go now. And there are a lot of stops in the city that I want to do this rebuilding. Kind of this thing. Someone mentioned it, I think it was Andy, who's become a serial commenter, so I appreciate your support. He mentioned that, especially with the trolley line, I have a lot of junctions where the wires cross over two lanes, like this one for example. And he has a very good point. It's unnecessary. The only times where it's actually necessary is where there's stops, but we have hardly any stops where this is the situation. So I can actually move these wires so that it's just a single lane crossed over. This one is fine. This one is one where I can't, because you see the stop is there and then it has to cross over like that. So I'm going to have to leave that one as it is. But this one I can move over. And yeah, it was a very good spot, because at the time I wasn't 100% sure when I was building these wires where the stops were actually going to go. So ones like this, actually I knew where they were going to go, obviously, because it's the same as where the tram stops. But I still like to put the wires on the outside until I 100% know. This one as well is one where I can't move the wire. This one is just a single track, so that's fine. This one, again, there's a stop there, so I can't move it. Single track, so we're fine there. But yeah, even little changes like this make a huge difference when it actually comes to traffic. Because now, these trolley buses can turn left as soon as the light turns green, whereas when they're here, they have to sometimes wait for cars to go straight over before they can then turn left. And it's a lot of conflicting traffic movements like that, which is why we have these huge traffic problems in the city itself. So just moving these wires and tracks one step over like this, whoops, why did I do that? I don't know. But this actually makes a massive difference, and it's good that it makes a massive difference. I've now got to rebuild. In fact, that does the same thing, so I'm going to do that as well with the tram to save some issues. This then goes straight across, then turns right, so that's in a good place. This one then turns left, so again it's in a good place. Now this one, see, I've done it again here. And actually I didn't even need to do it here. I could have just built it like that. But for some reason I decided it was a really good idea to have this this stupid overlap. Maybe it's because I wanted to keep the trolleys away from the trams, but over here it's really quiet anyway, so it really makes no difference. And then if we follow the route back, let me see, we turn right here, so that's fine. Is this route 6 that comes down here? Oh, it is. Didn't even notice that. Now this one, again, same as the tram, I can actually have go into this lane, and then, in fact, even here, I can have it go into that lane, and then move across. So if I move the tram track over as well, that should help with some traffic problems. Like so. And then, in fact, even here I can keep the tram and the trolley separate. How many lines stop here? Just the 3. One of them's a bus line. It's okay, we don't need to worry too much about that. Right turn here. Left turn here. So again I can make the trolley go into the other lane. So I can do it like that. And then it's a left turn only here. So that's nice and simple. Go straight through here, right turn only, left turn, straight across via this stop, straight across again, right turn here, and then we go straight down, the stop here, but this one I can move the wire over. And at the moment it might not seem like a big thing, but during rush hour, and even as the city expands, more people will move in, more people will want to move around. Not everyone will want to use public transport. This guy here, for example, Raymond Harris, he wants to use his private limousine, so I guess he makes a living as a chauffeur. But it just means that these roads are clear, or more clear than they would have been if I'd left this wire on this side, on Foggy Drive, which is a strange name for a road. Right, straight across here, straight across here. Straight across here, got lots of straight acrosses, and then down, and then at this point it goes back into what it was always in. And even this one here, okay, it crosses what, 4 lanes of traffic, 1, 2, 3, 4, suppose you can, yeah, something like that. Because of the way the junction's set up and its traffic lights, it's okay, it's not too bad. And in fact I think you can actually turn left from this lane too, can you? No, right turn only. Okay. Well, if this was City Skylines, I'd be able to use the mod to change that, but as it's not, it's a little bit frustrating. But because we have this stop here, there isn't really much I can do. So we'll have to leave that as it is. And then once it gets over here, it runs into the outside. The only other one I'd make an issue is this bit here, but again, because we've got the stop, unless I build another road, which will come in the future, because all of this area still needs to be filled in. Right now, it's not too big a deal. And then once you get into Gloucester Gardens itself, apart from this little area here, it's all segregated lines anyway, so we do okay. Now this episode, let me just save my game quickly because it has been crashing a bit on me recently. This episode isn't just about prepping for Saturday, because actually there isn't that much prep I could do, apart from rebuilding the underground part of this station, which is something that I will be doing towards the end of this episode. What I want to do now is build a new trolley line. And I'm breaking the rules again, because I said I wouldn't normally be doing like building of lines in these episodes, but I like to make exceptions. Why the heck not? And today is no different. So what I actually want to do is utilise this flyover to build a trolley line. Now there is a problem in that, well, there's quite a few problems. I'm going to have to upgrade these pathways, for example, to bus lane roads, like so. And then of course that means I have to rebuild the track, and it becomes a bit of a pain, but it's something that I wanted to do anyway, so this is an excuse to actually do it. And do it well too, because that's always something worth thinking about. This goes straight across like this, that one also links up to there, and then that one goes like that. Where does this one come from? Oh yeah, this underpass. I knew there was a reason for it, I just couldn't remember what the reason was. Right, oops, this then goes straight across and links up like that. One of the things I really love about this is no traffic lights, and that makes such a difference in this city. Just the fact that the vehicles themselves can then decide where they move and when and why and all that stuff. It just makes life so much easier for me, because I could just plop a line down and not have to worry too much about vehicle movements, because it's basically done for me. Huge difference, very nice to watch. I like watching my systems when they work, not so keen on watching them when they don't work. but you know, you can't always win. Anyway, this line goes underground like this, then comes out across this area like this, and I think I'm going to use this flyover first. And then I think it's going to head off in this direction. Although again, actually, no. I am going to use this same stop here. And then we're going to go into this, like this, and then we're going to start heading off. Can't actually turn this way, which is quite annoying. Unless I build a separate spur road from there. Can I build one like that? No. Oh dear. Might need some more grade separation for this then. Because actually, that's kind of the direction I want this line to go in. Is to serve this big road here. Because this goes all the way across and then actually goes into this part of the city, which is where I want this line to go ultimately. So yeah, we get to experiment with some more grade separation, which is actually pretty cool to play around with. I've enjoyed doing these little underpasses and overpasses. I think they've been really, really neat to just play around with and try and make work. But that, for example, can go like that, and then here we can have a little underpass. It's going to curve down, round to there, and then up. Like so. We lose some buildings, but they grow back very, very quickly. So overall, it's not too big an issue. That wire then goes under like that. This wire then returns in this direction like so. And then does that. And whilst I'm here, I actually want to rebuild the return wire. Just to make sure that this does actually go where I want it to. So we go to here, we go to here, go onto this bit, go onto this bit, and then it turns onto here, and then links up again there. And that should be all connected. Right. Now we carry on with the new route. First thing we want to do as well is upgrade these two stops like so. And also, now that we've got this grade separation, one of the things I might do in the future is actually upgrade this to a two-way street again and have a new line that goes straight through here. Not all lines have to go through the centre. Have to go through Gloucester Gardens. Route 6 is the only one so far that doesn't do that, and I'd like some more to do that in the future if possible. Where does Route 6 go? Does it go down this way? Or does it skirt? I think it skirts round it. Yeah, it goes through there. So actually the closest it gets to Gloucester Gardens is this stop here, where it meets up with routes 3 and 5. Apart from that, it doesn't go anywhere near. Anyway, I'm really wasting time now. We want this to carry on along this main road. In fact, do I want this road to be an avenue? I think I do. Really, I think I do. Which means doing some upgrading work. Which is expensive and also risky. Let's do it to there first. These roads are a lot more expensive than I remember them being in the past. Let's put it that way. I want to upgrade this one too. So this can just be a straight across. Need to get rid of that road. Well, that's interesting. Let's get rid of that road too. I'm pretty sure I deleted that road. Oh, is it doing that thing again? The game is screwing me over. It does that stupid thing where it won't delete roads. Alright, let me fix that problem real quick. Got to save the game and then load it up again. This is something I'm going to be doing a lot of over the next few weeks, is upgrading roads. Because I've been told many times that traffic is a serious problem on this map in particular. And it's also a serious problem when you have the rule sets that I've got. Because you increase the population of the city, therefore there's more people moving around in cars. Therefore there's a much bigger traffic problem. And it makes sense when you think about it. Where's that road gone? That was weird. Right. I should just be, yeah, I can just build that straight over now. And then this one, I'm going to be lazy, just build most of these roads as straight lines. I mean, it's the really lazy way of doing it, but ultimately, it kind of works, so might as well keep doing it. Plus, rebuilding this road gives the chance for new buildings to pop up, which is always a good thing. Now this avenue is going to stop at some point. The question is where. So I'd like it to not go all the way across into this part. Actually, do I want it to go all the way across? I don't know. In all honesty, I don't know. Because it just comes to a dead end here. So unless I build another like really big bridge that sort of just goes to nowhere, because there's no actual land over there now. Becomes a bit of a waste of money. Maybe just at this junction here, just call it quits there. Say that's it, done. Where did I come from? Not here, not here, not here, not here, not here. Here. Yeah, must have been here. We've got some really weird road shapes going on here now as well. So actually, if I can delete that road, delete that road, delete that road, get another avenue, and build it like this, and then curve it round like that. So we get a nicer curve there. We can also now build that like that, and then yeah, that's quite a nice curve too. And that makes life a little bit easier when it comes to building this. So I just want that to do that. Something like that. And then here it's just going to drop down 2 underground. Curve round to there, and then pop up 2. Like so. Let's get rid of that building because it obstructs the tunnel. This side is fine. And now we can build these wires in again. Does that work? Yep. Like that, and then like that. So yeah, overall, this works out okay. This road actually might have been a little bit unnecessary to be this size, but oh well. I suppose it's a better way of... actually, I could turn this into a little street, and that into a little street. Or just have this as a little street. I'll fix that some other time. I might even do it off camera. Anyway, yes, this road. Time to go straight across like this. I've spent a long time worrying about avenues. And not an awful lot of time actually building the infrastructure for this trolley line. So this point there, it goes back into just a 3-lane road, I guess you'd just say it was. There's nothing special at this point, is it? See, I kind of want it to go via that there and connect with that tram line. So I suppose I can do that here. If I have it curve in like this and then follow this along to say here. Actually, I don't want it to turn there at all. And at this point here, I want this to go there, and then there, and then cross like this, and then round this way. Alright, where's my target? My target is over there. So if I just keep this going across like this, like so, have it go into this lane, and then start coming back. Here's good. Just have it follow this road round to this point, go into the tram, follow the tram here, go along like this, then turn left here where the tram turns right, follow this along, then go this way, turn left, and then connect up again there. Okay, now it's time to upgrade these stops again. So that one needs to be upgraded first of all. At this point I think we could just have these stops. So we want one there. Might as well have two there like that. And then another two there and there. And over on this bit, see, we want one there, one there, and one there. They're pretty evenly spaced. Works for me. And then on this side we want... In fact, first thing I want to do is that. Because that looks like the perfect spot for a little thing like that. And then we can have a stop there and there. I think I've just messed up these gradients slightly, but oh well. Life goes on in that respect. These two here, which kind of connect with the tram there. Then it curves under here. We'll have that one there and that one there. You can sort of tell which of these stops is going to be popular and which aren't. This one here could be quite popular because again it connects with the tram. Do I want stops here? No, I might as well just have it go straight across at that point. Okay, in that case I think the line is done. Because then it stops here and then it goes back into the main area, which is Gloucester Gardens, of course. Okay, now time to timetable this, or create the route and then timetable it. So this is route 32. We're going to timetable it the same as route 2 on the trams, because I believe route 31 is the same as route 1. So this should split the trolleys up a little bit more. Not that it actually matters how bunched up they are, because it's only in Gloucester Gardens where they actually are near each other. Once you get out of Gloucester Gardens, one goes north and one goes south. So ultimately they actually end up quite a long way apart. But for now at least, I'm going to keep them separate. Right, and it's all about just remembering where I put the stops and the wires to keep these things running smoothly. Come over here like this, back over this way. So now we've got 2 trolley lines, which is good. Actually, I like that. I like the fact that we're adding more trolley lines. I'd like to add more bus lines in at some point too, but at the moment the bus is a bit of a mess the way it's all been set up. So, oh. I need to change this. That's something I forgot to do. That needs to go across like that. Across like that, and then across like that. Just got to redo that stop. There we go. So yeah, we have the departure road and the arrival road. There is this little crossover here, but because the trams tend to be moving at speed when they get to this junction anyway, they actually navigate it quite quickly. So there isn't really much of a vehicle hold-up going on there. So again, it works. Basically it works, and that's good. Right, I need more vehicles. I need another 20 vehicles. So I need to remind myself. In fact, actually, whilst I'm here, I want to replace most of these vehicles. So I just want single trolleys. I don't like the articulated trolleys in terms of when trolleys are queuing, it takes up twice as much space, which becomes a bit of a pain. Whoops. There we go. So that's 20. Come down here again and get another 10 of these. And then another 10 of these. That should make 40. There we go. And Route 32 has a vehicle out already, so I'm actually going to tail this vehicle and just make sure that everything runs okay. But as for this episode, guys, we're pretty much at the end, he says as he knocks his headset off. I did say these episodes will tend to be about 15 minutes long, but this one has ended up being over double that. Next week's one should be a little bit more disciplined. I'm sort of playing it by ear in some respects for this episode. Saturday, as I said, we're going to build another city auto line, and we're also going to build another metro line. I will maybe do some intro commentary at the start. I'm not going to make any promises though. It might be the same format as last week, where it goes into a time lapse with music and then I talk afterwards. Whichever it is, I'm sure that it'll work out, and might even become the standardized format over time. But yeah, that's about it for today's episode, guys. So once again, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave the video a like if you enjoyed watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.